Hello, welcome back to another Rel reaction to Billboard #1 hits through the ages. My name's Rel, and today, this afternoon, this morning, we are reacting to a 1959 hit from a chap that I only know as Teen Angel from Greece, Mr. Frankie Avalon, a very handsome Frankie Avalon, and a track of his which I think was his first #1. He was 19 years old, if that doesn't make you hate him even more. A track called Venus. I don't know anything else about the song. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. It was covered in the United Kingdom by Frankie Avalon, who I have never heard of. And that got to number 20 in the singles chart, I'm assuming in the UK. And then Frankie released his own version of it, all discoed up, in 1976. And that's about it. So a few other people have done versions. Barry Manilow did a version, Pat Boone did a version. We're not listening to those tonight. We're listening to Frankie Avalon with Venus. And let's give it a go. Let's hit the old YouTube button. He's got his little fancy quiff hair, at the style at the time.
Venus, if you will, please send a little girl for me to thrill.
Ooh,
a girl
saucy.
With my kisses and my arms, a girl with all the charms of you.
Bit flat, Frankie.
Venus, make her fair. I love the girl with sunlight in her hair. And take the brightest stars up in the skies and place them in her eyes for me. Venus, goddess of love that you are, surely the things I ask can't be too great a task. Venus, if you do,
Boom, boom, boom.
I promise that I always will be true.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'll give her all the love I have to give, as long as we both shall live.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Venus, goddess of love that you are, surely the things I ask can't be too great a task. Venus, if you do, I promise that I always will be true. I'll give her all the love I have to give, as long as we both shall live. Baby, oh, Venus, make my wish come true.
Nice. And meanwhile, look at his face. Look at his face. Little squeaky clean bugger. Isn't he? Isn't he, eh? So I think Frankie Avalon was a bit of a teen sensation at the time. Obviously, he had a #1 hit when he was 19. But I think he also did like beach party type movies and stuff like that, which were the fashion at the time. Which I think is also where people like Gidget and stuff came from, I think. Anyway, that was okay. All right. Not very rock and roll, is it? Very much. This is definitely a 50s song, and it's getting towards the end of the 50s. And remember, for those of you who learnt this at school, rock and roll was about to kick off in a huge way. Elvis had already had a couple of hits, but come the 60s, obviously, turn of the decade, mindsets change, and people start getting a bit rah, 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 right? And this kind of music is what's kind of at the end of that. I think you'll find it peppering up a little bit in the early 60s, but then when the Beatles hit, that's when it's going to get really exciting. As for the song itself, it's okay. Frankie sounds good, a little bit flat in places, but then I can't do much better. And he was 19 and he had a number one hit. So who am I to talk? The music, it was very fitting to his squeaky clean image. He was in a TV show when he was a kid. I think he had had his first recording experience at 14, playing trumpet on some albums or something. So a very 50s public persona, I'm sure, that he was maintaining through this music. He had the kind of little 50s rockabilly haircut that you also saw with Conway Twitty, and I think we saw it on someone else as well in previous videos. They had, look, you can't see, I'm pointing at my screen, I'm not showing. Let me show it again. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. See, it's all quiffy. You know what I mean? That kind of, the fashion at the time, rocky rolly Elvis-y style haircut, but not playing rocky rolly songs. Anyway, it was okay. We will see what comes up next. See you next time.